What is up, goalkeepers? This is Leon from Leon Goalkeeping Reviews, and today I'll be handling some questions that you guys have asked me on YouTube as well as Instagram over the past few weeks. We kick off this question and answer with a question from Mahina97. He asks, "How old are you, mate?" Well, this year I'm 22 years old. And Brian from YouTube asks, "How tall are you?" Well, Brian, I'm 1.77 meters tall or 5'8". At S Mahmud 35 asks, "How long did you play goalkeeper, and if you have played in any other positions, please state them." That's a great question, Mahmud 35. I've played goalkeeping for close to 7 years, but only in the recent 2 years did I start being more serious about goalkeeping, getting more gloves and going for more training sessions as well. No, I have not played in any other positions, so I've only been a goalkeeper all this time. YouTube user Ahmad Hazik asks, "Can you give some tips for a 12 years old kid to play on a full-size goal?" And he is 5'1". That means it's about 1.52 meters tall. Well, Ahmad Hazik, not being really that tall isn't that much of an issue. I mean, it does give you an advantage if you are biologically superior in that sense, being a little bit taller if you're a goalkeeper, and generally coaches prefer taller goalkeepers as you can cover a greater area of the goal without moving that much. However, if you feel that you're a little bit shorter, one thing that you can do, and one thing that I have observed, is that you have to work really hard on your footwork in order to make sure that you get to the places that other taller goalkeepers can get with just a simple dive. You have to take one power step or maybe 2 steps before you can actually reach that area, and so you really must train your footwork very, very well. Sure, a full-size goalpost might seem really daunting, really scary for a 12-year-old kid to play in, but trust me, the more difficult the task, the more daunting the task, the greater sense of achievement you'll feel after you have accomplished or probably kept a clean sheet in any of the games that you play in. So work hard in your footwork, and I'm sure that now you're just 12 years old, you're going to hit puberty soon, you're going to have growth spurts, you're going to start getting taller, and I'm sure that you become a great goalkeeper. So work hard at it, Ahmad. The next question comes from Andrew Scott, and he asks, "What is your job, and also what do you study?" Well, right now I'm a student, and I work odd jobs part-time, and I study in Nanyang Technological University here in Singapore, and I'm majoring in business marketing. The next question comes from Reina VB. She's a great goalkeeper as well, and she has her own Instagram and YouTube page, so I recommend that all you goalkeepers do check out her channel and her Instagram page too. She asks, "Have you ever chewed gum before?" And yeah, this is a really huge question because here in Singapore where I live, chewing gum or buying chewing gum, it's actually illegal. But Reina, I have chewed gum before. I have chewed many different kinds of gum before, bubble gum as well. And that was mainly done overseas when I traveled to Malaysia and Indonesia sometimes. So yeah, I have chewed gum before. The next question comes from Zachary Brown on YouTube, and he asks, "At what age do you start playing goalkeeper, and do you want to play pro?" That's a great question, Zachary. And yeah, I started goalkeeping when I was about 15 years old, and definitely yes, I do want to play pro if the opportunity arises, and if scouts do actually spot me, I really do want to play pro. But as for now, I know that I do not really have that standard as of yet, and I want to keep on training harder, getting better and faster, so that I'm ready for the professional stage. But as of right now, I know that I'm not, and therefore I'm going for many more training sessions as compared to the past. Next question comes from Andrew Scott, and he asks, "Did you start out as a goalie, or did you play in another position?" No, I have always played as a goalie, and I have never played any other position before. Sure, sometimes recreationally I will go on like the striking role, sometimes as a attacking midfielder, but no, I have never ever played in a real match as any other position except for goalkeeping. The next question comes from Rogelio Hernandez on YouTube, and he asks, "Why did you start YouTube?" This is actually answered on my About page on YouTube, but thank you so much for asking this question, Rogelio Hernandez. I started YouTube because I realized that there were many goalkeeping channels or channels dedicated to goalkeeping education and reviews, and therefore I decided that, hey, maybe I can provide my own perspective and probably an Asian perspective into the goalkeeping scene, so as to let you guys know what to look out for in buying a pair of gloves, what to look out for if you're playing here in Singapore or in the Asian region, and what to expect if you're playing in this region as well. So mainly I started YouTube to educate people and to make them make more informed choices, not only in their trainings but also in products, in their purchasing of products, because I understand that a pair of gloves can cost almost close to $100 and therefore I'm finding new brands and trying to get the word out there so that people can get more value for money, instead of buying a pair of gloves that are overpriced and yet they don't last that long. So mainly I started YouTube to educate people about this. The next question comes from Johnny Cabrera on YouTube, and he asks, by the way, do you play semi-pro or just fully amateur? The league that I play in can be considered as an amateur league. There are quite a few leagues here in Singapore. There's like the ESP Zen. I know there's a Prime League, and the main thing is the main league here in Singapore, like the Premier League, is called the S League. However, I'm just playing in a Sunday amateur league, so yeah, I only play fully amateur, even though I do want to go semi-pro if it's possible, pro if it's possible. Definitely it's a dream, but as of now, I'm just playing amateur. Alright goalkeepers, that does it for the first part of my question and answer video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, do remember to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys again for the second part of my question and answer video. See you again next time goalkeepers.